Okay, resuming from Harinama Amrita Vyakaranam, Karaka Prakaranam. Sutra 677. Tulyarthai Shashti cha Tulopamabhyam tu Shashteva. Words connected with Tulya and its synonyms take a Tritiya Vishnu Bhakti or a Shashti Vishnu Bhakti, but words connected with the words Tula and Upma only take a Shashti uh, Vishnu Bhakti. For example, Ramena Tulyaha Krishna, right? Tulya is like equal to, so Krishna is equal to Rama. So that will say in Sanskrit like Ramena Tulya. And Tulya acts as a Visheshana for Krishna. Or Ramasya Tulyaha Krishna. It could be Tritiya or Shashti. Ramena Tulyaha or Ramasya Tulya. Examples can similarly be made with the words Sadrisha, like Ramena Sadrisha Krishna, Ramasya Sadrisha Krishna. Sadrisha is like similar. But a Tritiya Vishnu Bhakti can't be applied in Ramasya Tula Lakshmana. So if we have word like Tula or Upma, then only Shashti Vishnu Bhakti is to be applied. Lakshmana is equal to Ram. Or Ramasya Upama, we can say Lakshmana. Due to the use of the word Artha, this rule doesn't apply to words. Okay.
I don't remember Dyotikas.
I'm sorry.
I don't recall Dyotikas.
Okay, so the second chapter, the Nama Prakaranam, if you remember, so the last part of that, so after Krishna Nama even, so there we had a small discussion, few sutras on the Avyayas, uh, yeah, where we had Sutra Avyayat Swadir Mahahara. So there we had a discussion where Jiva Goswami is mentioning that there are two kinds of Avyayas. So I don't remember the second one exactly. So one was Dyotaka and one was Shabdika, I believe. Shabdika. Anyhow, so Avyayas like Iva, Eva, and so on, they are Dyotaka Avyayas. Dyotaka Avyayas are unable to convey even their own meaning without being connected to another word. Like for example, Eva. Eva means like, okay. But unless it is connected with the whole phrase, it can't say what's happening. It's just an Avyaya. But if we have um, like Avyayas, like what all Avyayas are there? I think Sadrish Kuma was Avyaya is also there. We'll have to see. So those Avyayas, they convey their own meanings as well, even if like without the help of uh, the another word. So like that. You can refer to that chapter, that part, the last part of chapter 2. Or we can even go there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think here it is. Yeah, it was Vachakas and Dyotakas. Hmm. Just a second. Here it is. Yeah, Vritti says Avyayas are actually of two kinds. Uh, Vachakas, expressive words, and Dyotakas, suggestive words. In that regard, Vachakas are the words like Swar, Pratar, and they are also Avyayas, but they are expressive. They mean something. Like Swar, Pratar means morning. It's an Avyaya, but still it has a meaning. So these are the expressive words. They express themselves, their meaning. So Swar means the heaven, and the other group is called Dyotakas, the avyayas like cha, va, ha, aha, ityadi. So yes, the vachakas are given here. You can see complete. Not complete. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Hmm. Vishesha Lakshanat Tritiya. A Tritiya Vishnu Bhakti is applied after that, by which one recognizes the special nature of a Vastu or a Kriya. This is very much used actually. So, a Tritiya Vishnu Bhakti is applied um, to indicate, like, some like a special nature or something like that. For example, Kaustubhena Bhagavantam Adrakshit. He saw or rather recognized the Lord by the Kaustubha jewel. So here, Kaustubhena took Tritiya Vishnu Bhakti because the Lord is characterized by or recognized by that special nature, that special kind of jewel he's wearing, which only he wears. So that's Kaustubha. So this rule applies even when something informs one of the special nature of the Kriya. For example, Nyakshena Vikshate Krishnam. She looks entirely at Krishna. Nyakshena. So Nyakshena is entirely. Nyaksha. Yeah, Nyaksha means soul. Wow. Nyaksha. So Kartsnena Bhajati Priyam. Second example here. He completely serves his beloved. So Bhajati. So Kartsnena here stands as like the adverb. So even an adverb could take Tritiya if it is telling us about the special nature of the Kriya. Kartsnena Bhajati. Hmm. Another example is Sukhena Bhajati. He serves happily. However, we also get Sukham Bhajati. He serves happily and so on because the words Sukha and so on can either express the quality or the possessor of quality. So, okay, here is something interesting. Uh, the etymology of the word Lakshana is Lakshate Jnayate Anena iti Lakshanam. A Lakshana is that by which something is characterized, or in other words, known, right? That is Lakshana, character, symptom. In other words, a Lakshana is Chihna, sign. The Vishesh Lakshana is of two kinds, Sarupa Lakshana, Tatastha Lakshana. This discussion of Sarupa Lakshana and Tatastha Lakshana is quite predominant in Bhagavatam as well as Chaitanya Charitamrita, right? So, Sarupa is always present, Tatastha is not always, sometimes. An example of the first kind, Sarupa Lakshana, is Kaustubhena Bhagavantam Padrakshit, that the Lord was seen wearing a Kaustubha jewel. So, and the associates of the Lord in Vaikuntha have the same form as him and hold the conch, disc, and so on. But the Kaustubha jewel is a special sign which reveals who among the inhabitants of Vaikuntha is the Lord. The Kaustubha jewel, which is not seen among the associates of the Lord, it's just like it just sounds like let's say there is a very luxurious, let's say like hotel or something, and even the staff there, the managers, the staff, all of them are wearing good clothes. They are having good clothing and shoes, and everything is very nicely put on. So if a normal layman enters the hotel trying to figure out who the in charge, who the owner is of that hotel, it would be difficult for him initially to identify because everyone basically is looking. I mean, good because it's in our nature that we kind of categorize people by the way they are clothing, right? Sometimes, not sometimes, most of the times. So then, yeah, just that part only. So similarly, Vaikuntha also, everyone is same. Everyone is same. I mean, form wise. Hmm. Everyone there, apart from the Lord Himself, they are in the Chaturbhuja Rupa and so on. Uh, but still, they consider themselves to be the servant of Lord Vishnu, right? Quite interesting. Anyhow, so the Kaustubha Jew, yeah, does the associates do not wear it? It's always on situated on the Lord. That's why it is a Swarup Rakshana. Other examples are Jatabhis Tapasa, an ascetic by his matted locks. Jatabhi. An example of the second kind is second was the Tatastha Lakshana. Pustakena Chatram Apashyat. He saw the student by the book. Here, the book is the special sign which distinguishes the student, but the connection between the book and the student is not perpetual as they may separate at another time. Thus, the book is a Tatastha Lakshana. Yeah. So, Pustakena Chatram Apashyat. Some, right. So, like that. So, Rupa Lakshana and Tatastha Lakshana. Hmm. The next sutra is Prakrityadibhyas Tritiya. A Tritiya Vishnu Bhakti is applied after the Prakrityadi. So the words Prakriti and so on. We are studying about the Tritiya Vishnu. So examples are Prakritya Krishna, which means black or all attractive by nature. Prakritya. It's also, we can say, a continuation of the previous one by Prakriti. By nature, he's Krishna. Or Krishna here means all attractive or black. Jatya Gopalah, a cowherd by birth, by Jati. Janusha Karunaha. So Janu, that means birth. So merciful by birth. I am hoping that you're getting the point here. All these words, Prakriti, Jati, Janush, they all are like one group and they all take Tritiya when used in such way. Ramen, Ramena, Anujaha, a younger brother, Namna Arjuna, Arjuna by name. This is quite used. Namna Arjuna. Atmana Dvitiyaha, second in relation to the self, and so on. Swabhavena Udaraha, Swabhavena. In these examples, Prakritya and so on means Prakriti Sambandhina in relation to nature. So Prakriti Sambandhina Krishna, Jati Sambandhina Gopala, like that. Um, some say that this usage of Atritya Vishnu Bhakti indicates that the Prakriti Adis are hetus, causes of the implied verbs of the and so on. Other examples are Samena Chalati, Vishamena Dhavati, which means Sama Deshe Chalati, he moves on the even path, Vishame Deshe Dhavati, he runs on the uneven path, respectively. Some say that these two are connected. So like that. Prayana Vaishnava. A Vaishnava for the most part where Prayana means in relation to Gotrena Gargyaha. So yeah. Bhaktya, Purvaha, and so on. Satam Artho Harir Bhaktya. Devotion service to Hari itself is the well. Yadartham Anyat Tasma Chaturthi. Okay, Tritiya ends there, the last. Now Chaturthi is starting here. We'll do one more this one. A Chaturthi Vishnu Bhakti is applied after that, for which something else is done. Yadartham Anyat Tasmat Chaturthi. Let's see the example. Oh, this is Tadarthe Chaturthi. Tadarthe Chaturthi. This is very famous. You should remember this. Tadarthe Chaturthi. Um, for example, Mala Yai Tulasi. Tulasi for Mala.
Why is there a long A in Tadarthe? Why is it not just Tadarthe?
See, this is a Tadhita Shabda. So the word is Tadartha, which means
Yeah,
Tasya Artha in that sense,
yeah,
But
yeah.
after Tadhita, it becomes Tadarthya. So
Is that a Gona? Or I forget what we call Govinda?
it's Vrishnindra hai,
Oh,
because
Vishnendra.
there is no Govinda for Advaya, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is done in Tadhita. So Tadarthya. Mala Yai Tulasi Tulasi for a Mala, Randhanaya Yamunodakam, Yamuna water for cooking. Like Yamuna water for the purpose of Randhana. That is for the purpose of cooking. Uh, the meaning is that a Chaturthi Vishnu Bhakti is applied after the Prayojana, which is the Karya. So, for example, yeah, Hari Pritaye Harim Bhajati. This is very common usage actually. That worshipping Hari for the pleasure of Lord Hari. Similarly, we get Hari Bhakti Hi Sukhaya Kalpate. You know, the Hari Bhakti devotion to Lord Hari produces happiness. Hare He Bhakti. So like that. Chaturthi Vishnu Bhakti is applied. This is very, very um, common usage for Chaturthi. Tadarthi Chaturthi. Very well. Pakaya or anything. Hmm.
Yeah, actually, I have a general question. So, like, it says that the earlier grammarian said Tadarthe Chaturthi, so I guess that's a Panini Sutra.
Mhm.
And in the Bhashyas, they sometimes quote sutras which are Panini Sutras. So, how will we recognize them? I mean, I guess like this one you're saying they often use.
So, like recognizing what?
Like in a bhashya, if someone is quoting a Panini Sutra, how will we know that that's what it is?
One thing is that if we are,
Like someone told me this reason that I should be studying Panini instead of Harinam Amrita Bhakaran, but I don't. Looked at it a little bit, but it's much disorganized.
yeah, one option is that, like if see, the difference between the two is the definitions, the names only, right? The sangya. Like
Yeah.
here we call Sarveshwara, there they call Ach. Here we call Vishnu Janas, there they call them Hal, right? And so on.
Mm,
Otherwise, the concepts are the same. It's not a philosophy that Panini Muni had something different and we are having different. It's a concept like mathematics. 1 plus 1 is 2, whether it's in English or Spanish or whatever. 1 plus 1 is always 2. So this is a concept, not philosophy. So only the names, the sangyas are different. The concepts are all the same. So if we have studied our part nicely, Harinama Vyakaranam, so Jiva Goswami makes us understand, because he from time to time he brings in the sangyas, the names from Panini, right? Since the beginning, uh,
I
from
see.
from the
I
very. So
see.
if we are good with our, if we have studied our Harinama Vyakaranam nicely, so we are supposed to be knowing the terminologies of Panini nicely. Like Mahahara is called look in Panini, look. So like that. Only the sangyas are different. Otherwise,
I see.
everything is the same.
So, okay, so probably all the commonly cited things,
Mhm.
they're like this, they're put here, so we
Yeah,
can
so
just
if we are
recognize
good with the
those.
terminology, if we are good with the sangyas of Panini, then let any sutra come in front of us from Panini, we'll be able to recognize it and match it with our own sutra from Harinamamrit Vyakaranam because we know the concept, we know the sangya, so we can match it.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Mhm. Okay, that was it. Let's see. Srimad Bhagavatam. We're doing chapter 9, Canto 1, chapter 9. Krishna Govinda. It's opening. Shloka. Do you remember which verse?
No, it's been a while.
Let's see. Text 18 we had done, I believe text 19 onwards. So text 19 and 20th. अस्यानुभावं भगवान् वेदगुह्यतमं शिवः देवर्षि नारदः साक्षात् भगवान् कपिलो नृप यं मन्यसे मातुलेयं प्रियं मित्रं सुहृत्तमम् अकरो सचिवं दूतं सौहृदादथ सारथिम्. Hey Nripa, hey Rajan. So Bhishma Dev instructing Yudhishthira Maharaj, Pandavas and Yudhishthira Maharaj in specific. Tvam ajnanat yam Shri Krishna matuleyam matulya devakya sutam priyam prati vishayam. I think this should be priti vishayam, not prati vishayam. Let's see. Priyam. It should be priti vishayam. One
Oh
who is
yes, it's
it should be priti vishayam. I mean, even in the Bangla, it's prati, but it should be priti because priti vishayam would mean the object of love, and that is what it
yeah,
is.
that makes sense.
Yeah, priyam.
Yeah, and
So,
then the next word is the one in the next
yeah,
gloss is
yeah,
priti.
this is right. Priti kartaram mitram suhritamam upakara anapekshya upakarakam. Uh, मन्यसे संभावयसि. So, o अथ अपि च सौहृदात् विश्वासात् सचिवं मन्त्रणात् आतारं मन्त्रणा दातारं दूतं सन्देशवाहिनं सारथिं रथचालकं सुतं च अकरोः कृतवान् असि तथा भूतस्य अस्य श्रीकृष्णस्य गुह्यतमं रहस्यमयम् अनुभावं प्रभावं भगवान् आदि. What is this animad? What is this animadi? Okay, animadi siddhiman. Okay. शिवः हरः देवर्षि नारदः साक्षात् स्वयं भगवान् नारायणावतारः कपिलदेवः तनयः वेद जानाति. Is it Veda or na Veda? Yeah, it is Veda. Okay. So Bhishma Dev is saying to Maharaj Yudhishthir that, O king, hey Nripa, hey Rajan, um, out of ignorance, tvam agyanat, out of ignorance, you accepted or you considered Sri Krishna as the son of your uh, But how would you say that? The son of your aunt, let's say Devki. Yeah, and you considered him as object of your love, as a friend, as one who does favor on you without expecting any favor. Upkar anapekshya upakarakam manase. So you have considered Shri Krishna as such out of ignorance. Uh, and not only this, on top of that, apicha vishwasat, out of your faith, you have also consider him as one of your sachiv mantrana dataram, who gives counseling, like a counselor, a mantri, a minister who gives provide consultancy. Uh, he also served as a messenger, Sandeshwahin, also as a charioteer. So yeah, you made him such. You made him to do such things. Such Lord, Tata Bhutasya, Shri Krishna, such Shri Krishna.
Wait, I'm sorry. I missed Vishvasat.
Vishwasat is out of like faith, trust, out of
Oh,
trust,
out of faith. Okay.
out of faith. So out of faith,
So
you
it looks like Sohridat is related to. Oh, so Sohridat is out of friendship, or so that's also out of faith.
yeah, Sauhridat is glozed as Vishwasat here.
I see. Okay.
Hmm. So um, yeah, so such so the prabhav, the confidential prabhav, the might, such so the confidential might of such Shri Krishna is known, Janati, to whom? To the Lord, to Lord Shiva, who possesses the siddhis of Anima, Lagima, and so on, the 8 kinds of siddhis, right? The prabhav of such Shri Krishna, the Lord, is known to Devarshi Narada, to Narayana Avatar, Kapilah, right, and so on. Okay. Text 21. Sarvatmanah samadrisho yadvai यद्वयस्यानहं कृते तत्कृतं मतिवैषम्यं निरवध्यस्य न क्वचित् निरवध्यस्य रागादिशून्यस्य अनहं कृते हि जडाभिमानशून्यस्य अद्वयस्य भेदरहितस्य समदृशः तुलदर्शनस्य सर्वात्मनः सर्वस्य आत्मनः श्रीकृष्णस्य तत्कृतं नीचोच्च कर्म कृतं मम योग्यमयोग्यमिति मतिवैषम्यं मनोविकारः क्वचित् कथमपि न हि नास्ति एव. What is this? Nahi? Okay. Nahi, and then there is a bracket. Okay. So for such Lord Shri Krishna, who is devoid of any attachment and so on, who is devoid of any false ego, false attitude, jada abhiman. Just a second. Yeah, but who is devoid of false attitude, jada abhiman, right? Who is bhed rahitasya, who doesn't discriminate without free from discrimination, is equally visioned. His sarvasya atmana, he resides in everyone's heart. He doesn't possess any um, Mati Vaishamyam. He doesn't have any Vishamata. Uh, like Mati Vaishamyam. Vaishamyam is unevenness, inequality in his Mati, in his intellect. Um, so, Neech Uच्च Karma Kritam. So he doesn't say that this karma is Nietzsche, that karma is Uच्च. One is he doesn't discriminate between the acts. I should do this, I shouldn't do this. Bhishmadev is saying this because in the previous verse he said that Lord Shri Krishna he served Maharaj Yudhishthir. You know, mm, he served Maharaj Yudhishthir in different ways. By serving him, by becoming a charioteer, a messenger, and whatnot, right? So he doesn't discriminate between like socially low profile work or socially high profile work. He doesn't have that discriminating mentality. Okay, that's all for this one. Okay, we'll do this tomorrow. So we'll resume this tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranam. Thank you.